Welcome to tutorial 6B of the mitered box. It's labeled B because I realized after I'd made 7 and 8 that I totally forgot to do this part. So our box needs an inset bottom, and that's what we're going to create in this video. So we wouldn't have a bottom otherwise. So here we go. You're going to make a new component under bottom, so we'll right click on bottom and we'll go new component, and we'll name this one I'm going to call mine inset bottom. Push OK. So here it is over here. Now we're drawing the inset bottom. So I'm just going to switch the lid off because I don't need to see that right now. So I'm going to come up to the eyeball here and turn it off. I'm going to look down from top view. I'm going to click top view on my view cube here. There I am looking top view. I'm going to create a sketch while I have inset bottom active. I'm creating a sketch on the surface here, or I could click on this plane, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to click on this top surface right here, boom, and push capture position. There we go. So how do I begin drawing this inset bottom? Well, the shape is going to be the same shape as the outside of my box, only a little bit smaller. So I'm going to use the outside of my box to begin with. I'm going to project, create, project, two corner points that I'm going to use in a second. So I'm going to do that corner and that corner right there. Oh, missed it. I'm going to hit X and try this again. Pick that corner and that one right there. And push OK. I got two selected. Push OK. Alright, so now what's next? I'm going to go up here and make a 2-point rectangle using those points right there and right there. And push escape to stop drawing rectangles. And now I'm going to do something, I don't know if we've done this so far, but use S on the keyboard. It pulls up the shortcuts menu. And what I'm looking for is something called an offset command, OFF. So you start typing and it starts narrowing the options. So if I just had typed O, there's a lot of options that have to do with O's. But if I start typing FF, it narrows it down. If I type the whole word, I will get, well, pretty much the same thing as I'm looking at, all the offsets. Choices. I'm going to choose this offset. This is offsetting a line. This one here is like a 3D offset, and then we have some other kinds of offsets here. We're going to choose this one here, and we're going to pick the square that we'd made, and we are now going to push it in. And you see what we're doing is we're going to draw another rectangle, and it's going to be offset a certain distance as shown in that blue box over here. So a certain distance would be, well, if that's the outside of the box and we made our boards 3/8 of an inch thick, we want it to be halfway. So what's half of 3/8? Well, remember we just double the denominator of the fraction, we get 3/16. Keep in mind it might be positive or negative when you do this. If I go out here, you can see the dialog box here with the number, and it went to a negative because I'm on the outside. I want to be on the inside of this original line. So it's going to be, in my case, just a positive number, 3/16, enter. So now I have the offset I want for my inset bottom. Now I'm just going to click there in the middle and it turns blue and I can extrude. So I hit E on my keyboard for extrude. I'm going to orbit it so you can see it, and I'm going to move it up. The thickness of the bottom will make 1/8 of an inch, so that's 0.125 if you wish, or you could type the same thing by 1/8. Enter. There's my bottom made, and look what happened. Oh, it got the cuts in it back here, so I guess I have to try again, right? No, I could probably just go back here to my extrusion, double click, realize I didn't get this bit of it, add it, push OK. There we go, now I got the whole thing. Notice I'm moving it, I'm clicking on it, holding it, moving it because we haven't joined it yet. So that's our next thing. So we'll go up here top level on bottom and we'll make that active. Now we'll create or assemble a joint, and sure, why not? And now we will pick a convenient point on this surface, which I'm going to stick to the surface by hitting the control key. Now I am stuck to this surface. I can only go to those snap points. I'm going to go right there, click, and now I'm going to go find the appropriate surface inside here. would be down here. Now, well, we'll see in a second. Now I'm going to hit, oh, I hit the wrong one. I'm going to undo that one, boom. And I want to be on the back wall. So I'm going to hit Control and be right there, boom. And it fits in, push OK. Now, that works. Now, here's a nice little trick. If you wanted to see whether or not it's fitting in the slots well, we could do this. I could go find one of these sides, like the back here, find it over here. See, it's underlined as back because I clicked it. I can switch it off, and then I can see that it's fitting in there. And you can see there's a little bit of a gap, and that's pretty good actually. I mean, our bottom is supposed to float from a woodworking perspective inside the groove we make. Now, we're going to make our groove custom sized for the actual bottom. It shouldn't be tight. Now, if you wanted to see it nice and fit well, I mean, obviously you'd have to make your groove a little smaller, your slot, sorry, a little smaller, or your bottom a little thicker. But we'll work on what materials we have and how good a joinery we'll do when we actually make it. So the other thing you can do, here's a nice little trick, when you want to see stuff in sort of the same way, so you can head up here to Inspect, you can go to Section Analysis, it says pick a face, I'll pick this one, and then it says, oh look, you can push this arrow, push OK. It looks like I've cut my box, gives nice colors too, and I can see the same sort of view I could see before, and those analyses are shown up here, and you can keep track of several different they're just ways of looking at it. So it's like a view or a sectioned view, and you can turn these on and off just whenever you want. Convenience is sometimes I want to work on the inside of the box and this side's in the way. I could set up a section view and turn off half the box and work inside and then turn it back on when I'm done. So nice little extra tip there. So that's it. We have a new inset bottom. Turn it on, turn it off, and we'll be able to continue with the rest of the box now. Okay, that's all for now.